says me fully prepared. It's fine. You're good. Everybody's good. Just fucking wait a second.
Let's finish it.
Okay. There we go. Good morning, evening, afternoon, left of the morning, night. Scoot, what's up? Jackson, Justin, everybody. Oh my gosh, somebody logged into my Disney. Oh wait, that was me. Sorry, we're getting going. Give me a second, kids. I took a 25-minute nap before this, and that was a terrible idea. Don't feel like losing the hat. Why do I gotta lose the hat? The hat's fine. Leave the hat alone. Now I'm wearing the hat even lower. High school Joe hat engaged. Yeah, that's how I used to wear it. Anyways, what's going on? I almost didn't do the live stream tonight. I say that a lot, but you know, last week or so has been a little rough on the Joester. But I'm here, so come on in, hang out, have fun, say words. Man, that wall looks like shit. You can't wear hats, it gives you a headache. Well, you're not supposed to put the plastic bag all the way down and tie it off. I don't call people whippersnappers. I'm not that old. But yeah, I'm eating better, so that's good. Fucking haven't had sugar in, well, outside of what's in regular food, but I haven't had like candy or anything in like 6 days, and it's driving me crazy. On a positive note, I have dropped 10 pounds, so that's good. Am I American? Yes. It's a crag, so there's the letters A and K in it. Candy withdrawals. Really not, surprisingly. So, yeah, had that kidney failure, and I decided to stop punishing my body, so that's why in the picture you see I'm eating like tortellini with meat sauce and then frickin' mixed vegetables. But if you just eat some carrots and shiz, it helps take care of your cravings. I just don't like eating healthy. Makes me feel like I'm trying to be healthy and shiz. But yeah, no, I'd gone up to almost 250 pounds, so luckily I've dropped some weight. I don't feel like restarting right now, computer. You've had kidney failure and it's the worst. Yeah, I've had it twice now. It's, yeah, I don't recommend it. I had, the first time was with massive dehydration, so I had full renal failure, so it wasn't just the kidneys, my liver, my bladder, everything was shutting down. So, eating healthy is more expensive. It's not too bad. I sent you a picture. I got 2 big bags of tortellini, so you make a little cupful of tortellini at a time. Some sweet potatoes, fresh vegetables. Like bags of fresh vegetables are like 3 for $6. So, you know, I can make a couple meals out of that. A head of lettuce is only a couple of bucks. So, comparative to frickin' fast food right now, eating healthy is not terrible in terms of price. Stone is 1 inch taller than me. Yeah, luckily I've been able to avoid the heart attack, but I do already have heart palpitations, and we think there might be something wrong with my heart. Art. Who eats a bunch of lettuce? I didn't just eat a bunch of lettuce. I put a little bit of light Italian. If you use a creamy Italian dressing, like the kind you can get at Subway, actually has no added sugar. So you just have to get, instead of having standard zesty Italian, which is only like 2 grams of sugar for like a 2 tablespoon serving. So like an entire packet. So it's not even that bad. When you cut out all the freaking sugar out of your diet, you tend to do a little bit better. No Glock. Been on an orange kick since I had the flu. Things been tasting good. Yeah, they're pretty good. I've been eating a lot of apples. Oh, you're only 6'2"? I thought you were taller than me for some reason. It must be because of your beard. Yeah, come in, say hi. We'll get going in a few minutes. So Stone is 6'2", the beard's got to be 6'8". Dude, big dudes with long-ass beards, they just seem taller. Like the guy that played Hagrid isn't even that tall, but he just looks big because he's got like the 4-foot beard. Yeah. I think if your beard can hide like from your sternum up, then you look taller. I just stopped playing with it. So the halter monitor gave me freaking irritation. Is the 5.56 7.5-inch barrel? Yes, it is a 7.5-inch barrel gun. Good to see you. Thank you. Man, I didn't even want to do the live stream tonight. I didn't want to open the store because I had the follow-up from the emergency room at the doctor's office, and then I just wanted to go home and sleep. But I'm here for you, girls. I was going to say guys, and I called you all girls. Woody comes back as a member. Thank you, sir. Every penny counts. Every thank you help. I don't know words. Yeah, I'm very tired. I should not have let myself fall asleep. So I was watching something on YouTube, and I was playing on my phone, and I fell asleep, and I just like fucking yeah, I passed out. And I don't like to sleep when it's not sleepy time. Sleeping is bad. Exercise is good. Agreed. In both sense of the words. 1 second. All right. Yeah. You got the CZP-10C taking it to the range this coming weekend. Nice. Hold on 1 second. I need to check something on my phone. Sorry. I got a weird text message right before we started. Oh, we're good. If I open the text message, it'll kill the stream, but as long as I just scroll down, it does all right. You're carrying your P10C. That's nice. McManus ever send you back your TSO? Personal peeve is folks walking around complaining about being tired every day, usually tell them to get out and function. Oh. Personal pet peeve I have is people that give unsolicited advice. We have a right to just complain, you know. Hogwash. Are you sure you're not a FUD? And you say whippersnapper? It should be in tomorrow. Nice. Paid $5 for 6 tickets to win an M1 Garand at our local gun show, and I'm hoping to win. I hope you win too, man. That'll be awesome, Kage. Let us know if you do. And there's nothing behind me, my friend. You see what you're most scared of behind me. It's an optical illusion. I see puppies and strippers. I don't see my ex-wife. Then the therapy worked, Jonesy. You're cured. Also, she's probably still tied up in the basement or something. What's the puppy at the top? That puppy up at the top is a Anderson AR-15 pistol, 5.56 variant. It does have, I think it's a PSA upper, something like that. Some dude brought it in. I bought it off of him. Tutila, hey, are you in the USA? If I'm not, I'm in trouble probably. Oi, governor, don't tell him where I am. I don't want to get caught. And I have to do some time at Her Majesty's honor. His Majesty? I haven't been back to the old country. Is the hat to cover your bald spot? No, it's to cover my thinning hair. But also, my hat is about 73% of my personality. I've worn hats constantly since I was like 15, so. Is your smart assery to cover the fact that you're an insecure person on the internet who thinks they're funny? I wish I could show you the guns. My grandpa, gunsmith, he inlaid a 22 barrel inside of a shotgun barrel. Jesus. Boom, 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 boom. You're from Australia. Ah! Bugger the Queen then. How's it going? The air on top is looking beautiful. Good. Log on to WinCityArmory.com and buy the fucking thing. Get it out of here. I don't want it. I only bought it because my store made me money. I'm going to get a little nerdy. I bought a PC from a guy the day I went into the hospital, and it had a 4070 Ti in it. And I got the 4070 Ti. I took the motherboard out of the case, out of the computer. I'm putting that together with the cheap computer out of spare parts I have laying around. I'm going to get about $300 for the computer when I'm done with it. I'm going to put an RX 580 with it. And then I'll have a 4070 Ti for $200. And those of you that are into computers will know that that's a hell of a deal. Receding hairlines are just further evolved humans. I don't have a receding hairline. I have Asian hair, so I have hair on the sides and thinning up top. Just what it is. When it grows really long, I just kind of do the undercut thing, but I just like hats, man. I wear hats even when I'm not on camera. I just wear hats all the time. Everything up there is real, but I'm also American. My father, USA, he brought us here to USA when I was 10. Sweet. So you get the dual citizenships. I recently found out, up until I was 38, I had the opportunity to continue to have dual citizenship with South Korea, but I never announced it, so I lost it. Brady, what's up? Have I seen folks fire 50 cal through a 12 gauge shotgun? I have. Peter Sarkisian is one of the biggest name guys that has done it, crypto, and like it wouldn't even go through, it barely busted cement in a bucket. I'm from the UK, and you saying bugger the Queen and made you spill your tea. I kind of remember there was this one time when we made you guys spill your tea too. Since then, we ain't done much. We made a couple of big booms, and then we overstayed our welcome in 3 other countries. Right, I'm coming back. Moving back to England. I shall become a subject. Oh, fuck, I went New York and old man and British at the same time. Yeah, like we're going to take something from somebody named Pokemane's toilet. Her mouth is her own toilet because every time she opens it, shit falls out. Do I like Transformers? Usually, but I do believe that Edison stole the better idea from Tesla, so I actually prefer capacitors. Yes, you have both. Nice. If you had a great set of hair, you wouldn't always wear hats. That's not true. I had really good hair until I was about 25. So I've got that full-on Asian bullshit where I had really nice hair until my 20s. And then it started thinning really fast. So yeah, no, I used to have like really long hair and I still wore a hat. I've been wearing hats since I was, like I said, since I was 15 because I was able to wear them in school. My school didn't care. Um, would I shoot a 2150 grain bullet? Yes, absolutely I would. Here's a responding question to you. Would you shoot a 3000 grain bullet out of the JDJ Fat Mac? Can I purchase a P90 as a civilian? As a civilian, no. As a class 3 dealer, yes. You can also get the semi-auto version, and there's a little birdie out there that knows that if you buy a Gen 1 and you accidentally twist something when you're putting it back together, they go full auto. I love your handgun takes. Thank you. Have you ever fired an L85A2? No, I have not. Interesting weapons platform. I just have never put my hands on them. You're fine, Micah, but I'm not picking anything up that could jeopardize the live stream. Westinghouse should have been the king of electrical, but Edison screwed him. Here's what I will do. I will show you a container that has them. They're not in my hand, so it's just a bowl of them. Double tap. Yeah, if you can't hit my hat, then are you even trying? Come on. Come on. It's fine. Like the video. See what happens. You don't know. Maybe your pee-pee will grow. Or if you're a girl, maybe your pee-pee will grow. Come on. You can't hit me. How much does that bullet cost? They're just 5.56, so probably not much. You're from Wyoming, thoroughly enjoy the state because we don't have that many people in the state, and hunting is excellent. Yeah, when next time you run into SFR, tell him I said hi. Oh, speaking of which, there he is. Every time I load my pump full of shells, after the first pump, all the shells slide out of the tube. Is it broke or am I doing it wrong? That's a very generic question. What kind of pump? What brand? What model? You know, there's lots of things that could be happening, but it sounds like your feed, the lip thing is not locking into place. If you have a bowl full of guns and pick it up, Google won't take it down. As long as it doesn't look like I'm making the McPew-Pew gesture. Boom, 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 boom. Is that 50 grain? No, that's 55 grain. I can't remember which brand it is. So if you what's the abomination? They call me Joe. It's okay. But you can call me A-bomb. What is your favorite gun? 1911s. Hey, sorry I woke up and was late to work. We'll get back to you soon. Oh, hey, Mouse. What's up, dude? It's 6 o'clock. Why are you going to work now? Model 88, Maverick, Mossberg. Yep, pretty silly to pretend guns exist. Guns don't exist. Guns are a figment of your imagination. That's nothing but cotton candy, strippers, and dildos. It's fine. Is that a muzzle loader on the wall? No, that's actually a U.S. Springfield model of 1898 Krag, 3040 Krag. So it's a long-ass name. It's kind of got a cool integrated flip-open 4-round magazine, and it's a bolt action. It's kind of cool. It's on my website. You just got home from work. Ah, good. I'm hoping you weren't saying that you just woke up at like 5:55 and drove to work and clocked in for like 4 minutes. You're in Douglas. Is that where Douglas firs come from? Hey, John, what's up? If I leave a 9mm in my pocket and wash it and dry it, will it still fire? Maybe. It was horribly busy today. I'm sorry. I'm glad that you're feeling okay. Terrible bolt action. It is. And it's sporterized. Do I own any Hellcats? I have a 21 Scat Pack. I don't have a Hellcat. It was too much money and not worth the extra dough. Yes, the fur I'm referring to is the FIR, the Douglas fir tree. I'm a nerd. Make sure you guys double tap the screen. Nah. These bunch of losers, they're too afraid to like a stream. They just want to get free entertainment and not do shit. Do I have a Glock? Of course I do. What self-respecting gun channel guy doesn't have Glocks? They're all boring as shit, though. How the hell do you leave a gun in your pants and run it through the... He said bullet, Biscuit. I've done that. I've left ammunition in. You have a round that, you know, you're loading your mag, you're left with one spare round, so you stick it in your pocket, and you go home and you accidentally wash it. You have a 350Z and you want to LS swap it. It's a very popular swap. Check out Scrap Life Garage if you haven't yet, dude. They Hellcat swapped Oscar's 370Z or 350Z. The thing is freaking amazing. It's pretty cool. Have I tried the Chris Vector? The Chris Vector is... Something burning? The Chris Vector is fine. I smell toast. The Chris Vector is fine, but we don't get the full auto ones as civilians, so you can rent them for like post-dealer samples and stuff, but we don't get to have them as civilians, so you don't get to actually enjoy that weird-ass recoil system it has, so... Top metal pistol. Top metal pistol is an Anderson AR-15. Go to WinCityArmory.com. You'll see every gun on that wall is up there. You don't have a Glock. You have an SD9. You basically have a Glock. What do you suggest for someone new to handguns? Number one, I would suggest that if you live near a range that will let you rent handguns, go there and try out a couple of handguns. Renting a handgun for $20 to $40 will be a lot cheaper than listening to somebody who tells you to get a Glock 19 and then you hate it and then you wasted $500 because you're going to get $300 back if you're lucky. So I would go and try some guns. At the very least, I would recommend that you go to a gun store and just pick up a lot of different guns and see what guns fit your hands the best, because that's going to help you realize right away whether or not, let's say when you pick up a Glock, one test that a Marine instructor that I knew would always say is have the gun at low ready with your eyes closed and pull up the gun to where you think your sights are going to be and then see where you're at. So if you're off, you'll know that the grip is not natural for you. Ever fired a fully automatic shotgun? No, I didn't get into guns until after the AA-12 was outlawed. Faint smell of toast is a sign of having a stroke or a heart attack. I can't remember which one. It's usually a stroke indicator, but it's not just toast burning, you know, whatever. It's actually your neurons just frying themselves, but it was a joke. I made some sweet potatoes. Roasted sweet potatoes, and it just smells. So the kitchen is on the other side of my walk-in closet in this office. So I know more about shotgun than this guy ever could. Great. You don't know how to spell. One time I shot a Glock and it sounded like I was pulling back a spring. That's what Glocks do. So Glocks have an action called a pre-cocked striker. So when you rack the slide on a Glock, it like mostly racks the spring back. So on a hammer-fired gun, it relies on the hammer going forward and smacking the fire pin forward. On a striker-fired gun, especially the Glocks, you have, when you pull the trigger, it's pulling up a little tab that pulls the striker the rest of the way back. So you're literally hearing it pull the rest of the spring back. They sound like shit, but they are reliable. It's kind of like if you have a cheap ass, like a Toyota Corolla, you can hear the engine more than if you have the same engine in a Camry because of just the way it's built. The tolerances are looser and shit. When you can see through the slide and frame of your gun, you're going to hear a lot of noise. You have a great night, Mr. Sparks. Do I have a Desert Eagle? Not anymore. I sold it. If you go back on the channel, you'll see I did a couple of different videos with it. Did some shorts comparing it to my suppressed guns with my Desert Eagle. I had the 50 AE, but all my buddies would shoot it, and then nobody would buy the ammo that they were shooting. And 50 AE during COVID was $4 a round. So needless to say, it was a lot more economical for me because I had ordered a case of 50 AE. And it came in, and all my buddies were like, hey, When are we going to go out and shoot? Not all of them. There's a couple that didn't. But the ones that are just a bunch of jackass, punk-ass bitches that aren't my friends anymore, were like, hey, man, when can we go out and shoot that thing again? Without offering to pay for the ammo. So. Glocks are the Honda and Toyotas of the gun world. They're even worse than that. They're a freaking Volkswagen Beetle. They've been around forever. Everybody knows of them. Everybody thinks that they're really great, but in fact, they're boring and mediocre. Do I have Dragon's Breath ammo? I do not, but here in the United States, it's perfectly legal to buy it in the vast majority of states. There are some states that outlaw it, but in most states that allow Class 3 and they don't limit what guns you can own, you can get Dragon's Breath. Are all Desert Eagles comped? In fact, no, Mountain Man. The earlier versions of it, not the Mark 19, which is the ones you get now, but the very first versions of the Desert Eagle 50 AEs are not comped. I believe that would be, was that the Mark 14? Yeah. Also, the ones that they color case hardened aren't comped either. And I think what you actually mean is ported because they aren't compensated. They're a gas driven gun. But yeah, if you look at early ones, just type in Google early Desert Eagles. You'll see that they're full cover slides. They have no venting on them. More appropriately, an Audi. Oh yeah, and a lot of jackasses that don't know how to use them own them. So yes, Audi. I'll always take a 1911 before anything else, my guy. So best first gun is High Point. Frick yeah, dude. Best first gun is whatever gun you buy. You have a laser rifle? No, I do not. I have Dragon's Breath, but I have nowhere to shoot it. I'm sure your brother can help you figure out a place to shoot it. What does the military currently carry in the USA? Well, in fact, the U.S. military does not actually conduct standard operations on U.S. soil, but if you're talking about what is the current U.S. military sidearm, it's the M18 and the M17, along with SIG's Spear in 6.8. Do I have an owl? Yes, I do have an owl. If you remember Chevy Chase and that little guy from Simon and Garfunkel made a video about it. Yeah, 6 hour M18, which is just a 320. Yes, I do have an AK. It's actually sitting on a chair over there because the last time I had it behind me, the live stream got killed. And the last time I had an AK up before that, the live stream got killed. So, I'm guessing that YouTube with their algorithm just hates them. The fact that there's an AR up there, it doesn't have a buttstock or a brace on it, so that's why they're chill about it. But yeah, freaking YouTube, man. What are we doing today? Just hanging out. Tan May, sorry. My left eye's a little weird today. Whisper, what's up? There was a High Point 380 on Gunbroker at one of those auction houses here, and I think it sold for $38 before taxes and background check. It's about what I would have paid. Why AK-47 so popular, though, especially amongst criminals around the world? Cheap to make, easy to run, runs a lot of crappy ammo. Also, criminals tend to follow trends, and they all play Call of Duty. AK is better than any M16. Are you trying to summon McManus? Do I have a Draco? No, I have taste. I'm going to email you something I made. All right, Mouse. They said you had some really good looking food. Oh, yeah, man. So ever since I got out of the hospital, I went shopping the next day that I could actually walk. And I got rid of all the sugar and no candy in my place right now. So I bought like carrots, celery for snacks, and I'm doing like fresh, or not fresh, but they're frozen, but they're whole vegetables like Middle East, like carrots and broccoli and shiz. So I'm just doing all that. Are all of them guns real? Yes. But yeah, so making my own meals, it's actually cheaper. I spent $38 at the store, and I'm pretty sure I can make like 14 meals out of it. So like a head of lettuce, 3 bags of vegetables, 2 bags of tortellini, sweet potatoes, roasting sweet potatoes, Swedish meatballs, actually Italian meatballs to put in with the tortellinis, the cheese, the sauce, everything, like 38 bucks for all of that, and that'll make over a dozen meals. Now, they're not real good meals. They're going to get bland quickly, but I'll switch it up next time. M4A1 with clamshell handguards is nice. You do you, Urk. It's only the time the criminals will hit something besides the bottle. With what? It's a debate that will continue to go on, M16 versus AK-47. No, it won't, because I like both, so, you know. Yeah, it was good. It's just, like I said, it's going to get boring, and that's the reason why you wind up falling, like, personally, I mean, it's why I fall back into eating shit foods, but yeah, I've lost 10 pounds in the last week because I stopped eating the nasty shit, and since I'm not eating the nasty shit, like, this is all I've had today. So I have not had much in the way of water today. Let's take a look at what you made. Oh, that's cool as hell, dude. And then you send me a picture of your smartwatch. Okay. I don't know if you meant to add the picture of your smartwatch. Your website had a mini stroke on me, crashed, and almost took a minute to load. Sorry, it's through GoDaddy, so it's probably their website. When I meal prep, I spend like 50 for a full week. Yeah, and I'm happy with what I spent. If I do anything, I might get like a different kind of vegetable or more sweet potatoes. It was only a small bag of sweet potatoes, but it was only like $2. I don't like cutting up and, preparing my own vegetables, but dude, 3 bags of cauliflower, what was in there, carrots and broccoli that was in the picture there, 3 big bags of that was like $6, and that's like 2 bowls. It's all right, just want to let you know. Thank you. I think you're tripping, Spooks, because I don't know what you're trying to type when you type in FAS. Yeah, so the site seems to be working for me. I will just be completely upfront. It is very kind of light in terms of what's on the website. I do apologize, but after suffering kidney failure again, I'm really taking it easy. I know where I have about $20,000 worth of inventory, $25,000 worth of inventory I could put in the store, but I can't afford to get it out. So. How funny would it have been if he accidentally sent you a dick pic? That would be weird. I'm sure his wife would wonder why he's taking a picture down his pantalones. You like it? I can send you one. Show you how big it is with the cup. Oh, gotcha. You use the watch when you go to sketchy parts of LA. I hope you keep it in your pants because you're wearing a smartwatch. I found a non-firing replica of the Chiappa. Cool. Then you can keep one, and then you can have one there. That's cool. What's the German assault rifle? What was the German assault rifle of World War II? It was good to wait. What? Semi-auto ban? Yeah, Colorado. If you're in Colorado, or if you're a resident of Colorado, make sure to sign the opposition to that bill. Make sure that your congresspeople, senators, mayors, governor, everybody knows that you don't want that bill. I'll be right back. I gotta grab something funny. My penis! If you wonder why I'm clip-clopping around, it's because I'm only wearing one shoe. All right. You and Joe have matching Krags. You can have a matching pair. Let's see. Did you talk? I sent them an email. So this is my normal smartwatch that I wear. This is the Galaxy 6, smartwatch 6 Classic with the big bezel. Some dude brought this in and traded this into me. This is the Docool DM100 smartwatch. Look at how big this stupid thing is. I kind of want to wear this thing all the time. What's up, X-Ray? Assault rifles the Nazi came out with were good. Did they jam? Were they heavy? I'm sure they were heavy. How could you possibly even dare to get rid of a Krag? Because I'm a gun store, my brother. My brother in Christ, and it's actually owned by my buddy. That's a big watch. It's almost 3 inches. Like I said, so this is what I normally wear on a daily basis. And this is a large face. This is the Galaxy watch. And you can see, I'd pull out my ding-ding, but this isn't what I normally wear. This thing sells for $100 frickin' new. I don't know why. But yeah, dude brought it in, and I was going to put games and shit on it, because it's basically just, it's a wrist tablet. I don't know why it's using that background. Speaking of 3 inches. But yeah, I'm going to put it on real quick. Those of you that know me know that I wear my watch in the cop position, I guess we'll call it. Where is the physical store? Winchester, Virginia. I don't want to set the wallpaper, you bastard. So, I guess if you wear it cop style, it's fine. What is the middle racked AR? Well, the AR is the only AR up there, the actual AR pistol. And it's an Anderson. I mean, you ever watch sci-fi movies from the 80s where they're like, oh, we got to go left, we got to go up here. Oh, let's see if the heart monitor works. It says it's checking my heart rate. Dude, it has SIM card capability, so this could be used as a regular phone. It says heart rate checking. It's still doing it. It's Winchester, Lamau. I'm 3 blocks from the Walking Mall. Yeah. I'm right next to the Firestone. Come in and hang out. Can you even bend your wrist? Actually, I can because of the way I wear my watch. But I can tell you right now, it's definitely awkward. So apparently my great uncle was a cop, and that's when I learned to wear my watch on the wrong arm, because I'm right-handed, and I also wear my watches upside down, which is why I don't wear my Movado very often, because I damage the shit out of the bezel. It's got it's got a sapphire crystal, so you can't just scratch it with normal use. And this has a sapphire crystal, but I'm always worried that I'm going to damage the spinny do. Plus, when we all have smartphones, whoever even thinks about carrying their watch, right? Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. I just subscribed to you. Adventures with Will. Thank you very much. I appreciate that one. And one will be a nice hunting rifle for bad shots. I thought Stonewall was next to Firestone. They're on the other side. They're a cop shop. I'm not a cop shop. I'll cater to cops. I like cops. I know a bunch of cops. But, like, that's just the cop hangout. That's just where you go when you want to pay full price for everything. That watch just needs good metal, and you can use it to stop bullets. Yeah, man. Dude, look at how big the sensors and shit are on the back. And you got to use a screwdriver because it's waterproof. You got to use a screwdriver to take off the cover to put the SIM card in. Freaking hilarious. Look at that. It's smartwatch brand smartwatch.
Look, I'm a 1990s goth girl.
Sorry, I can't stop playing with it. That's what she said. That's what he said. That's what they said. They're a throuple. That is so freaking hilarious. I'm literally dying laughing. Thank you. Yeah, stuff I do and say is going to be on the internet forever. And I'm okay with that. Anyways, how's everybody else doing? All right, I'm gonna come find your shop on Wednesday and come hang out. All right, I'll be around from 11 to 6, unless I'm not. You'll know. My car will be outside. What happened to the fat guy? Which fat guy? You know they have a watch that fires bullets, right? Not one that's legal, is it? That's cool. There's no such thing as Firearm, sir. That is a hypnotic green screen that you see behind me, and it's projecting either your wants, desires, fears, loves, anxiety, or things. How much did you pay for it? So I was in the middle of kidney failure when it was all going down, so I wound up buying body armor, like level 3 body armor, the computer, a bunch of shit, and I think I paid like $200 for everything, and I already sold the body armor. So, the watch tick tick tick, boom! I did it all for the nookie. The nookie. Not legal. Gotcha, John. Hello, Mr. Disser. It's the first time I'm seeing your thing, so if you said any weird words, they might have blocked you. Speaking of anxiety, you should listen to Anxiety by Doce. I don't know who that is. Maybe I'll check it out. Do you carry or nah? Yeah, I do carry. Was your grandfather a flounder? Was your dad, and your dad was like a halibut? If you're talking about the fact that my eyes are wide apart, it's because I have big brain, and big brain make big face, and big face go stretch. Also, you're probably watching me in the wrong aspect ratio. Change your computer screen or your phone to 4:3, and you'll be fine. What is this about? Kind of whatever we want to be. You'll have some people that think they're funny, and then the rest of us are cool. What was a bolt-action rifle used in the 1898 Spanish-American War? Heard they sucked, and even back then. Probably one of those, because that's a U.S. Springfield model 1898. Hello, Seth. It's well, the great minds of our times had eyes that were that far apart. Oh, you've seen people. You've never actually met a smart person. Spoiler alert, they did not. What are you doing, dude? Are you okay? Did your mama not let you suckle on her tit this morning or something? Or is that why you're being an ass? Just wondering. Just for the rest of the class. Are you sad because you have a 2-inch nub that you rub like a worry stone? Smart people always have to tell other people they were smart. Well, then it's a good news that you're running your mouth, because dickbag assholes will always tell the internet that they're a dickbag asshole by being a dickbag asshole. So, congratulations on being an official dickbag asshole. So, we've had enough of you. Why don't you go find another live to try to piss off? You can piss off, and then you can try to piss off them. I met a smart person once. They were in a locker in high school. Humans are very great to each other. Hey, Ligma, what's up? John alert. It could be. I mean, the man, if he isn't actually a grown-up, named himself Space Ghost Coast to Coast. So not only did he not take the name of the person in the show, he named himself after the show. That's big brain. I guess then he could be any character. Way to rep 2A. I don't support 2A. What are you talking about? There's no guns up there. No, we have a Ligma, not a Sigma. Also, stick up for nerds when they're getting beat up. You never know when one might become a fucking billionaire. Hey, what's up, Mr. Cooking? How you doing? Are those the only guns you have? Those are the only guns I currently have for sale on my website, wincityarmory.com, so might as well keep them behind me. What you can do, my guy, if you want to see other guns, is click on my name after you're done watching me and go to my channel and go to the videos for guns. There's about 1,500 gun videos and watch them. I'm not asking for the engagement, but seriously, watch them. And when I don't say that I borrowed the gun, that's my gun. So it's a little bit of homework. What caliber bullet did the 1898 bullet caliber was it? Black powder? No idea, John. You're asking some cool questions, though. I wish I had more knowledge of old vintage firearms. I didn't get into guns until 2017, so I'm kind of like, you know, I know a lot of shit about guns, but I don't know all the old guns. And I don't want to become like an expert in it. I can do research and find things out, but I don't know all that good stuff. I would buy some, but you can't ship to Europe. That's true. You can always just donate. I'm intrigued. I want to learn more. Please inform me. About what, Joel? Please be specific. What are you trying to learn about, my friend? Cooking, I don't really do shout-outs, and there's 58 people watching, so sorry, man. I don't do shout-outs, man. Shout-outs actually hurt a channel in the long run because it brings a lot of people to your channel, and then a lot of people realize that they're there just because they saw it on another channel, and they don't stay. You want consistent growth. Like if you're trying to grow your channel, my guy, or if you're working on a channel or you're trying to do something, just do what you're doing and don't worry about anybody else. Trying to plan a birthday party for a 1-year-old is stressful. Well, that's because you're looking at it the wrong way, Stonehaven. What you need to do is plan for all the adults that are going to be at the 1-year-old's party. The 1-year-old, here's a secret, won't remember this. You could give her a bag of popcorn, a roll of toilet paper, and sit her down in front of SpongeBob SquarePants for 3 hours, and she'll have the time of her life. It's all the old people that come to hang out at the party that you have to worry about. Someone said that you're weird. Embrace that, dude. Be weird. Weird is fun. Normal sucks. Any advice for reducing the recoil on a SIG 2022 9mm? Enjoying the content. Thanks for your time. Put something on the rail. Honestly, that's one way to do it. I don't know if anybody makes like a extended barrel for the 2022. You may have to do some looking at that. But if anybody makes a threaded barrel, you could also put a compensator on the end of the gun. But for the most part, adding weight to the front of the gun will help mitigate a little bit of the recoil, but they're kind of snappy, just all in, my guy. What's guys screwed up at Savage X? Oh, I have no idea, Chris. That's a Google question. Go to Google and type that in. You'll get the answer in a second, but I'm not Google. You think guns come from bows, but they actually come from spears. Actually, guns come from when mommy bullet and daddy chunk of steel get freaky. I'd like to learn about the firearms behind you. So I don't just, I'm not a teaching channel, my guy. I'll give you information on things if you have specific questions and things like that. But I don't just do like a random breakdown of everything behind me, things like that. I'm sorry, that's not what I do on these lives. I'm here to interact with everybody. And if I sit here and try to break down every gun behind me, it's going to take forever. Plus, all those guns have a video except for the Astra. So when you're done, just click on the channel name and just sort through videos, man. What are my thoughts on a Taurus G2? The G2 series saved Taurus's ass. Sorry, taking my belt off. Got to free the anyway. But basically, the Millennium PT-111 G2 was very, very important to Taurus, and the G3, all the follow-ups since then have been much better than they were normally known for. Try to figure out just taking her out and doing stuff, or just doing an actual birthday party. Depends on where you're going. All good. They just look so tough. Thank you, Brian. Joe and I just had a baby. Brian, thank you. Thank you for telling our secret to the world. Now you're changing its diaper. And no, we have not assigned it a gender. It came with both kits. You're gonna help me. I'll go looking through the channel. It's a good thing to do, man. And I'm not saying it just to try to get you to go over there. I'm saying it because I did over 1,500 videos on guns. So even if you're joking, if you're coming into this chat and you are under 13 years of age and you announce it, you will be hidden. This is not a channel for children. It involves firearms. I am not a youth instructor. I'm not a youth pastor. I'm not pasteurized. I'm nothing. But yeah, you have to be an adult. It's labeled not for kids. So if you're under 13, keep that shiz to yourself, or better yet, go find something else to watch. Sorry, man. You're going to hear cuss words. Your parents are going to get pissed, and I'm not hearing it. So how many guns do you have? I honestly don't know. I never count. Because I'm always trading guns, I'm always getting rid of guns, I'm always looking at guns. So, you know. Stone comes back in with a 10-month membership. Well, look at you, good sir. Sure can't wait to get $1.65 every month for the next 10 months. Kids 8 for free. Oh, God, I wish I wasn't using my phone to stream. I'd be playing the game right now. 36, and my dad with all the guns is 63. That's actually a pretty normal range. My little brother is 34, and my dad is 66, so makes sense. What do I think is about my average? It's in the double digits a couple times. I don't know. I literally don't count. I once found a shotgun on a couch in my house that I forgot that I had bought. So I just don't count. I'm sorry. I have all the serials and all the paperwork, but I just don't count. One of my buddies is looking at CZ Shadow 2. I don't have any experience or knowledge with their handguns. How are they? They are amazing, Ligma. Now, there are a couple of variants. There is a single action only, and then there's your standard double action single action. Either one is an amazing shooter. Just make sure he gets the one that he actually wants. And then there's different colors that denote different feature sets. But just a Shadow 2 at all. Just to do that at all, any Shadow 2 is great. Sorry, quote, nope, my buddy and I are going to compete against each other next year so you can get the best deer with an open sight bolt action. Do it, my guy. That's fun. Are those guns? No, I don't have any guns. How can I get a shotgun? I am talking about the license and this stuff. You gotta, wherever you live, you gotta just Google your local laws, my guy. Boom, boom, boom. I got the upgraded large aggressive grip module from Springfield for the Echelon. Freaking game changer. Highly recommend it to any owner. I'll have to check one of those out, Parker. I've counted my pistols. I've currently got 20. Hello, Super. It was a beautiful day today, actually. It's my birthday today. Well, happy birthday to you, bud. So here's a little bit of a secret to everybody that's just popping in, especially if you're on mobile and stuff. There's a little bit of a delay between when you type a message and when I see it. So please be patient when you type something. I will answer almost every question unless you repeat. Somebody get rid of Bob. But yeah, so unless you're repeating the same question over and over, I will get to it. Just be patient. There are streamers and live streamers and YouTube guys that won't answer anything but super chats and stuff. I try to answer every question, so share the room. The hell's a handgun on the top right of your gun rack? That is a Ramline Syntec. It's basically a polymer copy of a Ruger Mark II. It's Joe's birthday. All right, Andred, that is not a cool thing to say. Please don't type stuff like that anymore. I understand, and I'm sorry that your boyfriend cheated on you, but that is the wrong kind of thing to say on the internet. Keep in mind that shit stays on the internet forever, so if something, God forbid, happens to your boyfriend, you look baked. I feel like an apple pie. Mouse, welcome back. Is there any reason why my chi would be held up? Your chi what, Chris? Do I shoot Shytac? No, those are all too expensive, my guy. Thanks. It looks like a Star Wars gun. It is a very weird design. So it's a design from the late 90s, early 2000s that somebody was trying to do. It's actually owned by Magnum Research now. I think they sell it as an Eagle something or other. Oh, Austin, have I sold any guns yet? I've sold like a dozen since I opened, but most of it was out of my own stock, so not the ones I've wanted to sell, you know. But Glocks are plain and boring. Yep. I've seen Enigmas struggling like that before with nothing but the best of them. It's a joke, sorry. Yeah, no, it's fine, Andrew. Just you got to be very careful on YouTube. People take that stuff way too serious. If I was really thinking you were being dead serious about it, I would have blocked you. You're fine. Have I ever fired both barrels in a double barrel shotgun? No, but Stone did. There's a short on the video. There's a video on in the shorts section of the channel. Go check it out when you're done here, where he pulls both triggers in a double barrel. It was hilarious. Oh, your carry handgun license being held up by the DPS. Sorry, man. We'll walk in there with a different gun and tell them to approve it. As long as it's not the gun you're trying to carry, you should be fine. Don't do what I tell you. I saw another guy's live and I asked him about one of his guns and he said he would not answer my question unless I left him a like. Nice. I'm going to unmod you unless you leave me a like, Stone. Have you ever shot the LCP Ruger Max? I bought one, haven't shot it. Yes. Yes, I'm not a huge fan of 380 stuff, but their stuff is decent. Are we talking about the 380 or are you talking about the 9? Ruger calls everything a goddamn LC something or other. Check your email. I'm working on something for you. Let me know what you think. All right. Am I on Ozempic? No, because all the Beverly Hill bouffant-headed bitches are using it for weight loss instead of for what it's actually prescribed for. So a 1 month supply for somebody who might actually need it is $1,100 frickin' dollars. So no, I'm not on Ozempic. Oh, that's cool, dude. The only thing that I would suggest, Mouse, is maybe change the grips because it's obvious that you're using a Kimber, and I don't want to get sued by Kimber for copying their idea. So if you can maybe use a more generic style looking 1911, but other than that, that's really cool. I'd actually like to get that made in neon and put it in the window. Yeah, the colors are cool. I like it. Unmod Stone. Unmod Stone. Lol. I did. It felt amazing. I recommend it. What is? Boom, 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 boom. My dad told my little brother if he pulled both triggers, he could keep it, and it was funny when he shot it. Ha! Where's DB Ben? He's got some stuff going on. He's the one I was checking my text messages on. He texted me like 5 minutes before the live stream. I was making sure he was okay. We'll work on it, see if I can get a different style. I'm just saying, if I actually have it like behind me and stuff, I don't need like Kimber accusing us. I actually learned how to shoot a shotgun with one arm. Nice. That's a hard skill, man. I approve. I'm going to buy an old school bow and practice compounds. Too much money. Hey, if you get good with a standard bow, you can actually, it's pretty impressive. Boom, 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 boom. Are AKs and 7.62 worth it anymore? I feel maybe they're outdated. Kind of need a reason to keep or sell mine. Well, 7.62 by 39 is the stock round, so they are still relevant. If you like an AK, basically you should be adopting. It's kind of like when people talk about buying an AR-15 nowadays. 5.56 is the most prevalent small caliber. Obviously, 300 Blackout I would say is second. But yeah, AK should be 7.62 by 39. Although a buddy of mine has one in 8mm Mauser. Do I like Vintage Warfare? He's fine. I've actually gone on his live a couple of times just in the chats and talked. I really didn't like when him and Overton were just like battling back and forth, mainly because it just kind of brings the whole community down when two guys are fighting. Plus, both of them were making stupid points. And I said that to him. I thought it was a little crazy that what they were arguing over, different semantics, shit like that. But in general, he knows a lot about the old stuff, which is appropriate since he's called Vintage Warfare. So, check him out if you want to know that old stuff. I don't know the old stuff. I have silver, gold, white, gray, black, tan, and blue. I like blue. Never done that with the shot or firearm before. Nice. AKs are timeless. They're pretty good. I feel like echelons are the ones that tend to shoot scholars tend to be the ones that shoot a firearm with one arm. Super is certainly a scholar with that maneuver. Shooting a shotgun with one arm is your glasses got to be on tight if you're gonna fire that bad boy. 300 blackout versus 7.62 by 39. I like the 7.62 by 39. So there's a big difference in the rounds, even though they're the same weight, same diameter at 30 cal. 7.62 by 39 is cooking a lot faster. 300 blackout at 220 grain can be suppressed very easily, and it runs very well. Suppressed short barrel, where an AK suppressed in short barrel doesn't run as good. It'll run okay, but it's not going to run as good. Kimber or Colt 45? Kimber up until now, because CZ bought Colt last year. So we'll see if CZ's quality leaks into Colt, because the final versions of all the Colts back in 2023 were trash. We had a national match Gold Cup come in. It had the wrong trigger and the wrong rear sight on it from the factory. Custom AK, or do they make them commercially? It was a custom build. Our gunsmith at Middletown had done the conversion for him. Favorite weapon, 1911s. Our next video, double barrel, both triggers, one hand. I'm pretty sure dude will kick us out of the range if you do that, so do it last. I do not have any Nerf guns anymore. I don't use Nerf guns, so I don't have a recommendation. Do I see a Luger or a Cougar? I can't fully do the voice without practicing. Guess I'm keeping my AK. You should keep your AK. If you get an AK, that's even better. Anti-aircraft. Thank you, Joe, but sadly I might not be able to keep the skill after I tore my pectoral muscle on a bench press. Shit. It can be fixed. Friend of ours tore his, and it took him a long time, but he's better now. Why do you use guns? I don't know. We demand the street sweeper make a return. How much is Krag ammo per bullet? I have 2 unopened boxes in 1940s. Federal. I'm not sure. You'd have to look it up on Google, my guy. I can tell you that if you go online and you go to Wind City Armory, you'll see that I'm selling that rifle, and it comes with 80 rounds. So, what American-made AKM should I get? Not 100% sure. I don't follow the AK market, my friend. Mouse will be back later. All right, Mouse. What year is good for a 1911 Colt 45? I'd say anything pre-85 or 84. I think that was when they had like their third bankruptcy or something. Have you seen any? Although some of like the Gold Cup, like in the early 90s, were really solid, but like the standard Colts, they weren't that great in the 90s. All right, DM, just ask like longer questions. Don't just two-word it, because I'm not going to answer those. Hey, Levi, what is the firearm in the back with the rectangular back? The one, oh, so that is the rifle that is called the Tanfolio Appeal. It's a 22 caliber bullpup rifle. Riley Defense is good for an American expense, or American AK. I'm going to have to disagree with you. I do not trust the Rack 47 over. I would actually take a Century Arms before I took a Riley. Rileys are cheap. And they have some head spacing issues, at least when I was selling them. And I was selling them brand new from Middletown. We had 2 come back with head spacing issues. So I actually think the Rack 47s are not that good. Krag is about $2 a round. That's not too bad. I love those toys. Too bad I can't have them here in Montreal. Hey, just emigrate. If you spend at least 2 years in the United States, you can apply for dual citizenship. What kind of barrel is the top rifle? 5.56, 7.5 inch. It's actually a PSA upper. Any thoughts on the PTR vent suppressor? No, I've never messed with one. Do I use pellet guns or BB guns? No, DM, I don't. I do have a few, but I don't use them for practice or anything, because I dry fire with my real guns, and I don't shoot BBs in the house. Relative had an M60 bullets mint from early 1970s. Would they still? Oh yeah, absolutely. As long as the ammunition was stored correctly in a cool, dry place, they should be fine. If you look at a lot of 50 BMG, like the surplus ammo that you can still buy, a lot of that stuff is stamped 1930s, man. As long as it's stored right, ammo will keep. Yes, eventually it will get to a point where like the primers and stuff could eventually go bad, but stuff from the 70s is fine. Do you enjoy Sightmark? I love my magnifier. Sightmark is fine. I got this shirt when we started selling them, and just I don't buy new clothes very often. But yeah, they have a good warranty. They are Chinese, but most of them are. I think Leupold is like one of the only ones. Vortex, I think, makes in the Americans too, but they also still do Chinese stuff for like the Walmart versions. That's another thing. If you're buying Vortex and it's super cheap, you're seeing it at a flea market, and there's someone selling like in Strike Eagle 3 for like $60. That's because they went to Walmart and got it on sale. Walmart is the outlet for Vortex, so their optics that come from China go to Walmart. Just keep that in mind. Am I legally able to buy any NATO rifles? Which ones are you talking about, my guy? Because the civilian market has civilian versions of military rifles. Now, there are times when military firearms do become available, but it's always very limited, and they are way too much money when they do. I know I shouldn't, but I think I will. Do it! Do you think I can use a BB gun for self-defense? Nope. BB gun is very much not recommended for self-defense. There's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, there is no commercial BB gun, like if you're talking about a Glock BB gun, that will kill somebody. You'd have to get it perfectly placed, and there's still no guarantee. They have less than 5 joules of energy, or less than 6.5 foot-pounds. Secondly, if you use a BB gun and shoot somebody, and it turns out that it was not a good self-defense, and you pulled a fake gun on somebody hoping to represent that it was a real gun, you can actually get prosecuted for that, because you were basically trying to make it look like you were carrying a real gun. So no, I do not recommend one. You actually own a good rifle and a good pistol to practice and defend yourself. I can't do it in my country, so I made a 22 single shot. Would I use a homemade? I would use a homemade that I built or somebody I know built. I would not use something that somebody random built. That's why I don't buy P80s or polymer 80s or 80%ers from anybody. Hey, Dread. American, a little bit. Have you had any time behind the Sightmark Wraith? Personally, I have not. Actually, most of my optics are primary arms, and I'm working with Burris on some optics, so it's going to be mostly Burris and primary arms this year. What about an RPG BB gun? You say that like a joke, but they actually exist in the airsoft world. They do have RPG and 40 mic 6mm airsoft. But yeah, so when you're talking like M4s and stuff, you can buy pre-86 because military M4s are all select fire. In terms of 300 blackout, that's such a new round, you just be buying an M4 anyways, but you can't buy one legally. Just buy an upper for 300 blackout and slap it on your official one. And then for 50 BMG, if you're talking about like old stuff, like you can buy Mod Deuce and stuff, but you can't buy like a new machine gun. But you can buy Barretts and stuff. They don't use Barretts much anymore. What about a Claymore Roomba? That's called a Boomba. But again, no, you'd get in trouble. Do you have any idea what the wait time for suppressors is right now? It all depends on how you process it. If you process it as a individual without a trust, or even with a single shot trust, I've seen them take less than a day. If you do it with a trust with more than just yourself on it, then you're going to probably be in for like a 30 to 50 day wait. I know I have one. There you go. Make sure it's heat treated, otherwise you'll get back to shit. You didn't hear this from me. Walls. I have my eyes on a 9mm AR. I think I'm going to grab it next week. Nice, Dreadmon. My country, it's illegal to use a traditional blunt weapon from my country. Hey, DM. Don't try going after my mods. He wasn't talking about you, guy. Chill out. Magnum 45. How much is it? There. States. Magnum and 45 are two separate things, my guy, but a typical 45, like a 1911, can be anywhere from $300 to $7,000. Magnum, like revolver, 357 Magnum revolvers, again, could be anywhere from a couple of $100 up to a few $1,000. They have airsoft mortars. Yeah, dude, it's crazy what they do. Is PSA the Lord's gun company? Hell no. PSA is like the Lord's favorite touched individual gun company. Like he looked down and said, you can make guns, but they're not going to be that great. If somebody shoots me with a BB gun, they better be ready for an ass kicking. Oh, challenge accepted. Your guns are way better than mine and I'm new. Don't worry about it, man. Here's one thing I tell everybody. So I have people that'll come into the store, the other stores, like we're still building up clientele here. But I've had people come to me and they apologize for the gun they carry. Never apologize for what you carry. Know that I might make fun of you behind your back if you're open carrying a Heritage Rough Rider and you have no teeth and your cousin looks suspiciously like your father. But never be ashamed of what you're running. Doesn't matter if you're running a High Point or a freaking, Atlas Hyperion. Doesn't matter what you're running. Just be proud that you have something. Be confident that you have something and practice with what you have so that you don't put yourself in a bad situation. Price of a 44 Magnum. So again, depending on the company you go with, like Colt sells the Anaconda for $1,500, but there's other companies that sell them, like the Raging Hunter and Raging Bull series. You can get them down in the 8s. He doesn't do prices. No. So that's why I don't mind answering it once in a while, Zaxxon. I just didn't catch it. Bro, you're on the internet. You have to have some level of competency, Vampire. Use real words. Turn your fucking autocorrect on. Because what you just typed looked like you're having a stroke in the back alley of a crack house. They're making an FAL clone. I don't care if it's shite. I'm getting it. So they keep on trying to make guns because they said they're going to make an STG-44 and they canceled that. And they're still working on their MP7 clone that still hasn't come out yet. Palmetto has a history of creating these concepts and not following through. I own so far a Barrett MRAD. That's beautiful. M19A1, Wilson Combat EDCX9, and my Alligator is on the way too, but do I sell 57 caliber rounds? Reach out to me through email to the store. I can't do prospective sales stuff on YouTube. They get a little fucky. But dude, if you're saying that you don't think that your guns are cool, your guns are nice, bro. What model 44 did Harry have? He had a Smith & Wesson model 29. I believe it was just a standard 29. He's talking in inner city. He's talking in inner city while using an electronic device. You have to purposely type that shitty. I kind of like the modern black powder rifles that reach out to about 1,100 to 1,200 yards. Jesus, I've never shot one that far. Farthest I have around me is 300 yards. Have you heard anything good or bad about the suppressor to your door options from companies like Griffin and others? You got to check. Some states actually are instituting their own laws because it's a state by state. State supersedes federal when it comes to in-state things. Some states like Illinois, before they went all super Nazi on their guns, they actually required that you pick it up at an FFL, even though the companies were legally allowed to ship it. Now, you have to be there to sign for it. They're not just going to leave it at your door. But honestly, a suppressor is nothing other than a firearms accessory. It does the same thing as a muzzle device. It just does it a little bit better. Is that a P38 or a P08? It's neither. It's actually a Ramline Syntec. It's actually a polymer clone of a Ruger Mark IV, or actually, excuse me, Mark II. Just what I expected this here. You see, that's why I brought my old 6-shooter with me. Confusion first, diffusion second. I had a few okay guns till I met Joe. I had some really nice guns until I met Stone. Do I have a black powder rifle on my wall? No, sir. Something tells me, Scripps, that you are not in a place where you can legally buy from me. So, no. This badass buddy got his bucket $475 last year with his. Jesus. That's taking a shot, man. He must have really wanted that thing. I saw Thompson Halkins with the scope on it on Gunbroker, lol. Joe stole your guns. No, actually, I gave Stone incredibly good prices, and he bought all my guns. So let's see. Do I tell them all the guns that I sold you that I gave you a really good price on, Stone? Although, no, because I want them all back. He bought a TSO from me. Everybody knows that. He bought the one I threw down range. I hate suppressors. I love my big booms. To each their own. Suppressors are stupid unless you have an actual use for them anyway. And that's coming from a guy that has one on the wall. He completely blew the deer's shoulder out. Nice. Do we have that much time? Not if I want to get specific about what they were, Stone. But yeah, the best one that I sold you, I think, is the orange. Oh, that 226, man. I sold you the 226 because I wanted to get the X5 and I never got the X5. Sight mark? Ew, brother. Bro, the rep gave me this 5 years ago. That's how often I buy new clothes. I think there's a hole in it. Oh, no. That's my core shirt. And Sight Mark is cheap and they have lifetime warranties. You can go outside and run it over with your car and they'll replace it. I have never shot an alligator with an alligator. I've never actually hunted animals. Not that I'm opposed to it. I've just never gone. The Black Rain was nice too. Yeah, but the Black Rain was more of a how the hell did I get it for that price? And you got it for an excellent price kind of a deal. Molly, if you go to wincityarmory.com, that's my website, WINCITY armory.com. You can see what I currently have. The selection is quite frankly crap because my good shit is still sitting in pawn because I can't afford to get it out yet. That's why I'm selling a few. And I've already sold like a dozen of my other good used guns. But yeah, shit's expensive. Glock 27, Gen 3, worth it? Depends on what you're doing with it, man. Number one, it's 40 cal, so the ammo tends to be a little bit more expensive, but if you like the way 40 cal shoots, go for it. If you're looking for carry guns, there are much better options. In fact, the SD9 V2 that just came out, they're offering that in 40 cal at like a few $100, and it's better than the Gen 3, man. I want a suppressor in 22 for my Mark IV Ruger. Would be the perfect small game gun while I'm big game hunting with my OT6. See, you have a purpose for it, though, Ligma. That's what I approve of. So I will say going into 2025, buying anything from Glock is just because you're brand loyal. Not a fanatic, but you're a fucking fanatic. But if you're buying any new Glock in 2025, it's because you think Glock is great. And I'll never be able to talk you out of it. I've got a Glock tattoo. Granted, my Glock tattoo is because I think Glocks are stupid. And my chat decided to force me to get a tattoo by paying for it. Hey, DB, what's up? Do any estates allow sawed-off shotguns? Sure do, Toomey. They actually fall under a category called short barrel shotguns. They require a Class 3 stamp. But as long as you put it's the same thing as buying a suppressor or a fully automatic weapon. You do a Class 3 stamp, Form 1 on your SB short barrel shotgun. You can chop that thing down as far as you want. What do I think of the Beretta APX A1 Tactical? I haven't spent time with the Tactical. I've spent time with the A1. I think it's a pretty solid gun. DB says Glock perfection, good timing. Timing-ish. I got you a watch. Your eyes aren't fooling you. That's literally the size of the watch. This is a 47 millimeter Galaxy Watch 6, and that's your new watch, DB. You have to wear this watch. What I missed? Not much, dude. We were just talking. So I am going to go to the NRA show and hang out with Lou from Rock Island, I think. Maybe get him to film a short with me. You hear that guy in Kansas with a switch and a fully AR let off with 0 charges? Yes, but that was an individual case. It does not apply to everybody. It does not make them legal. Bro, I've got a client, a customer, if you will, that is a Temu specialist. So this was what he bought for a smartwatch. For reference, when these watches came out, the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, this is the one with the rotating bezel so that you can scroll through shiz. This was $450. This was $100. Quality on Rock Island, good. Quality is fine on Rock Island. So I had a couple of issues with them behind the scenes, but we seem to have ironed them out, and we'll see how it goes moving forward. I'm going to give a final verdict here in the next couple of weeks. But the overall initial quality of their guns, especially at the price point they're at, is very good. They actually sell $1,200-$1,300 double stack 1911s, believe it or not. They're match grade guns, and they actually have no MIM parts in them. They are actually race ready guns. But yeah, if you're looking at them for like your budget stuff, definitely worth taking a look at. I've seen a little, so that would be the M206 or the M200s. Those are solid. The handles are a little small on them, but you can put bigger grips, but they require a little bit of fitting. Looks like a blood pressure monitor. It kind of does, but this is literally a, it even has the internet. What did I type? I wear my Votato oh, it actually was listening to me when I said I don't wear my Movado. Look at you. That's hilarious. But yeah, so it's literally this is capable of making phone calls if I put a SIM card in it. Velcro your phone to your wrist. The model is the DM100. It's sold by a bunch of companies off of Amazon. It's a nearly 3-inch. I mean, look how thick it is. I thought my watch was a thick boy. So this is my smartwatch, and this is their smartwatch. Quality smartwatch, and the Walmart is selling them for $5 smartwatch. You kind of want one of those Garmin Instinct smartwatches. You much of a watch guy? I'm a traditional watch guy. I'm not much of like the smartwatch guy. I got this when I got the S23 Ultra just so I could have something to connect, because I can actually control the camera on my phone with this watch. It's the only reason I got it. Plus I got it on my plan for like nothing. Yeah. Nice stuff in the back. Thank you. That's so freaking huge. Yes, it is. It looks like an ankle monitor. I did the Goth look with it. Let's see here. Almost looks like an ankle monitor. Lol. Invicta Gladiator is the best value watch. I like Invicta stuff. I've actually had a bunch of different Invictas. And so when it comes to watches, my favorite brand is Movado because they're super plain. Like I like the single dot with the hands and no second watch. My next favorite brand was probably Fossil for the longest time, and then after that I could take or leave whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's not even an OLED screen, dude. It's like, I mean, that's the quality of the screen on this thing. Go on a cruise. They're always selling Invicta. Yes, they do, because you buy them in bulk, you get a good deal. Let's see. It's got maps. It's got the Play Store. I'm not signing into it, though, because I'm actually going to sell this stupid thing. Not a watch person. So you and Rock Island are all good now. We're about 90% of the way there. So he said he's going to call me after he makes some calls. But yeah, I'd say that. So the story as it sits right now, Airmax, is I am the only pedantic mother father that has ever called out their marketing department for the way that they were using our content, according to Lou. And he seems like a solid dude, because he literally reached out to me after he found out that I'd been in a hospital. So I'm going to give him a very big benefit of the doubt. But when I contacted them, I was speaking to the Philippines-based marketing division. And eventually, because I sent an email directly to the U.S. Rock Island support team, that's when he called me. Also, after I made the video, I'm sure somebody told him, because I also sent a link to the video to them. He and I had about a 25-minute phone call. Right afterwards, I went to the hospital, so I'm surprised I even remember the goddamn thing. And we talked, and he said the main thing is people were actually just letting it go because they felt like they were getting exposure. But I explained to him that that's not the point. The point is they didn't ask for permission. And he said that's one of the big things. You can appreciate a Rolex or whatnot. I don't actually like Rolexes. They're just kind of bleh. They're too over the top for me. So they've been screwing the influencer for years. A Korean brother, Filipino is different. That's like saying somebody from Texas and somebody from North Dakota are the same. I prefer a classic vintage watch. Yep. So But yeah, as it is, so the way I put it to him was, I might have seen what was going on from a different angle because I was used to running, multi-million-dollar car dealerships, and if somebody was stealing our promotional or our created content in order to sell their own or whatever. But I saw it from the angle of, yeah, they claim they're helping the creator, but they were also armed with a paragraph long response citing terms of service, which if any of you have ever looked at YouTube's terms of service, they had to actually go looking for that. So basically I'm the only one that ever called them out on it because I'm not a gun tuber. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a goddamn influencer. I'm an idiot who makes videos about guns. So, hey Mouse, welcome back. How do you like your steak? I like the medium rare. I'm more of an analog guy too. I got all analog watches. I like Citizen. G-Shocks, yeah, I can take or leave. Belova's nice. Over top says a guy with an 8-inch screen watch.
It's called ostentatious.
I've always wanted a Rolex, but then I find a gun I want more. I was supposed to buy a platypus last year. What do you think of the Rock Island STK 150? Looks like a CZ. So yeah, they are going hard with the CZ or with the STK lineup. So you got the STK 150 and the 200. So the 150 is the Glock 19 size gun. The 200 is the Glock 17 size gun. They have the new Gen 2 aluminum frames on them. They look a little less bolted together, even though they're still bolted together, which is fine. It's still better than a polymer frame. It looks cool. I'm going to see if they'll send me a couple of them. Timex Iron Man. I used to have a really cool Invicta Iron Man, but it broke. I'm hopping off. We'll catch you later. All right, Kage, thank you so much. Why are you trying to offer me YouTube TV? You don't have hidden fees, but you're blocking my screen, motherfather. What does it mean by the term firearm sales are final? Guns are kind of like when you buy a car. But there is no walking back in and saying, I don't want it, give me my money back. The minute you file and do your paperwork and your background check gets run and your serial number is recorded and you walk out the door with that gun is now used. The minute you put your name to it, you take away its new status. That refers to guns, cars, unfortunately children. So yeah. What's your serial number on the platypus going to be? I don't want to say it because then somebody will buy it. Always been a Seiko guy. Seikos are pretty cool. How much for the big watch? $60 for a watch. Why would you buy a big watch for $60? Thoughts on PSA daggers? You can send me an email if you're serious. thejiminyshow@gmail.com. Cars can be returned. They can be, but it's a pain in the ass. You can unwind a deal as long as the paperwork hasn't been submitted to the DMV. And even then, technically, the car can be returned, but it is no longer a new vehicle once the DMV paperwork has been processed. My bro who just got his license is thinking of getting a CZ. How do you feel about them? Any specific models that are better than others? CZ in general is solid. The P10 line is super solid. It's a great, better option to like the Glock 19, Glock 17. So the P10s, you can get them optics ready for in like the $400 range. It's a much better deal. You've been wearing your Zenith Primero triple chronograph with moon phase 2024. Want to see a picture of it? Sure, Mouse, send it over. I'm serious, I'll buy it. That's fine. Like I said, send me an email with all your information and we can make a sale final. I can't do it on live. I wish I could. I'm not Whatnot. I have to get to a program that's on my phone to take your money. My buddy purchased a Lexus SC back in the day. You can send it to $Jiminy if you have Cash App. Send me $60 and then I'll get your information later. Does the Crag on your website have a rear iron sight? It might buy it, but it looks like it's missing. So yes, it is missing the rear sight. Don't know why. I can only assume that when it was sporterized, they took it off because they were putting a scope on it. It does not have a rear sight on it. You can show that on the internet. The gun's behind you. Yes, I can show them. I just cannot manipulate, handle, or transfer them. The CZ Nocturne looks nice. They do look nice, but it's still a polymer frame gun, so I kind of want like um, a metal frame version. Come on, you bastard. Yeah, what an ugly watch. No, that's cool, dude. I like that. Vintage style. Looks like the gauge is in my Lincoln. Yes, I drive a Lincoln because I'm an old fud. Oh shit, this chair is about to break. Glad to hear you and Rock Island are working things out. Hopefully we'll send you some items to review so we can get a look at some of their inventory. I asked him, he said he's going to send it on to the marketing department. I'm not trying to push him into giving me like review access just to give me that shit, although I deserve it after the work I'm putting in. But thoughts on the new New York law about altering the color of firearms, basically outlawing hydro dipping, etc. Have you heard of this? Not sure if it's passed yet. I don't think it's passed yet. I don't know New York law really, but that's stupid. New York has stupid laws and they have high levels of gun violence. Weird. Thanks. It's based off the prototype they never made or something. No, it's really good looking face on it. I like that style face. If my smartwatch wasn't dead, I'd show you the GMC MT800 face that was on it, but I didn't realize that I let it die. When my computer took a shit, this was plugged into the computer for charging, and I didn't realize it. Ooh, look at that skin on the glass. It's got skin in the game. Yeah. When you wear your watch the wrong way on your dominant hand, they get skin buildup pretty quickly. You're out for the night, see ya? All right, Cushion. Yeah, I'm not going super long tonight. I'm only going till 10 because I'm super tired. I had an early doctor's appointment today. So I'm just kind of not feeling it. But I wanted to come on at least have a couple of hours with you guys. Glock 29 small frame for EDC or too fat and chunky makes no sense to carry 10 millimeter. Carrying 10 millimeter is fine. I just don't like carrying the small frame Glocks. I mean, your name is Glock Boy Anthem, so it's not like I can really talk you out of it, because if you're a Glock guy, you're a Glock guy. When you're a jet all the way. By the way, they lost in that West Side Story. But anyway, yeah, if you're a Glock guy, you're a Glock guy. I think the 29 is too chunky for me, but it might be all right for you. I have a headache and a half coming right now. Yeah, no, I used to have a Glock 32 for carry, which is a Glock 19 size in 357 SIG. So certain rounds can be fun. Did my live just crash? Nope, we're good. Sorry. The internet on my computer just crashed. Give me a second. There we go. Nah, you're fine. How did I like the 357 SIG? I still got a bunch of 357 SIG because I've got a I've got a SIG 229 DAC double action Kellerman in 357 SIG. 357 SIG is fun to shoot. It's basically a 10 neck down to 9, so it's a very fast round. It's still working. Yeah, my computer froze because I got a bunch of tabs open. I've got 32 gigs of RAM in this computer, but it's an old i7 4770, so it's a 4th generation. So this shirt is making me look super frumpy. Sorry. It's a little annoying. Oi, smile like a donut. Keep winning. Love from Scotland. Thank you, Susie. Carried my FN10 for a little while. Yep. Turtle. Want to stop and say hi. Got to walk the dog and take care of Mrs. DB. All right, DB. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Hope you're doing good and staying safe out here, man. Got to stay on your toes. I'm an amputee, but I get what you're saying. Hi, AJ. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Hope you're doing well as well. I missed the couch. Can you at least post a picture of it? I'm doing a review on that gun, the Astra, which will come out tomorrow, the Astra A100. That'll be up tomorrow. Hit the like, guys. I need more likes. I need you people to like me. All right, here's the real reason why. It shows interaction and engagement with the channel, and what that does is it tells Google, hey, let's promote this guy. And then I get more interaction from sponsors and things like that. So as much as I want to take your money, I would rather take Google's. Google has like an extra couple $1 billion that they stuffed down in the couch and they forgot about. So I want their money. So hook a brother up with a like. That's all I'm asking. Also, if you're too chicken to just sign up to the channel, then just hit the like button. But you won't, because you're chickens. You won't hit the subscribe button. I dare you. I'm like the nicest version of Darkside Phil in the world.
I'm not going to start streaming this game until I reach my goal of $500. I'm not going to stream and I'm not going to answer any questions until we get to $100.
Why are you on the internet, Phil? The amount of work a loser like him puts into the internet, he could be killing it in a real job, but of course he'd be getting fired a lot. But then he'd still be getting unemployment, which would probably pay him more than he makes being a loser live streamer. I picked up a Radian builder kit recently. Currently looking for a good BCG if anybody has any recommendations. Yeah, Butler makes a really solid one, and Bravo Company. What's your thoughts on the Springfield Kuna? I really don't have any. Hold on a second. Really haven't been paying any attention to new stuff coming, but give me a second. So Springfield is going the Smith & Wesson Smith & Wesson look of it, from the look of it, with a polymer, looks like it's a polymer lower on it, but hell, I'll give it a shot. Roller delay blowback is my favorite in a PCC. That's why I like CMMG so much. CMMG Banshees are roller delay blowback. That's going to be a very nice shooting gun. As long as it's cheap, then I'll definitely be checking one out. AJ, thank you for the $1, my friend. Appreciate that. All right, I'll start the stream now. No, I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. Seems like it could be a nice addition, especially for around $1,000. Yeah, at $1,000. Now I will say that that's creeping into used CMMG Banshee territory, at least in my area in Virginia. So it would have to be offering a little bit something extra. Just the fact that it's a new gun is kind of cool. But if somebody offered me a CMMG Banshee 300A or that for $1,000, I'm probably going to take the Banshee. Wait, why you look skinny? I've lost 10 pounds. It's what happens when you stop eating candy. What do you feel about those Chris Vectors? I want to get one, but I don't know how I should. They look cool. They're kind of cool, Glock. The downside is we don't get to run them full auto, so we don't get the full benefit of the recoil system. But they're kind of cool. I've shot them. When does your how to curve bullets after you shoot it lessons? What you have to do is be faster than the bullet, and that's the hard part. You can't let people see you running that fast, and you just kind of nudge it. What gun is in the case? A non-firing replica of a Winchester Model 1886. Hello from Poland. How are you? Susie comes in with a $1 donation. Thank you very much, Susie. I appreciate that. What do I think about CZ? I'm really in the favor of category because they are very solid. I really do like CZ. Beef, pork, or chicken? I usually prefer beef, and then chicken, and then pork. The only pork I really will eat is, well, you know, when you're in the club and you've had like 12 drinks. But in terms of food, the only pork that I'll eat is ham, honey-cured ham. I don't remember the Strybog roller. Yes, the Strybog A3, the newest version of the Strybog is. Naps are gold, especially if you have a recliner. I got rid of my recliner, but I don't like sleeping when I'm not supposed to be sleeping. Tommy comes in with a $5 donation. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. That's going to buy so many apples since I'm trying not to eat just straight up candy. Finally picked up the slide from my SE19 clone, put it together, and took it to the range. It's not bad at all. You're happy with it. Glad to hear it, Air Max. Getting a 13th Gen i3 for my new budget rig. Would the 4060 be fine for it? It should be fine. So who was it? Craft Computing did a test, so it's definitely worth going and checking out. He did a test where he used a 13700. And well, that's a higher end processor, but he also used the 3700X. The processing node and the individual core speeds on the 13th gen processors is pretty solid. But yeah, he did some testing and he said it definitely will run faster than something older. No bacon? Okay, I'll walk that back, AJ. I do eat bacon. Bacon and honey baked ham. Who is biggest Allie? Probably Allie Lartner. She is currently on the show Landman on Amazon. Also, stop typing in all caps. I am not anti-bacon. I don't think of bacon as ham or pork. I think of bacon as its own freaking food group. Leave me alone. New store is awesome. Thank you, Quantum. Appreciate it. I feel it, bro. I'm about at about 237, the fattest I've ever been in my life. It's scary when you feel the pain from your own decisions catch up. Oh, go to hell. That's Canadian bacon, and that's still ham, so yes. So at my heaviest, I was, well, we stopped weighing. And by we, I was heavy enough for it. I think I hit like 360, 375 at my heaviest when I was younger. But last week when they checked me into the hospital, I was at the heaviest I've been in probably 10 years. I was at 250 pounds. Today at my doctor's appointment, I was 240 pounds, and I have another doctor's appointment on the 24th. If I maintain the diet the way it is, I actually have a fast metabolism. I also just have a fast freaking mouth. If I keep eating just vegetables and shit for the next couple of weeks, I'll probably get down to about 230 before that doctor's appointment. Always like the show and picking your brain on guns. Thank you, Tommy. I really appreciate that. And again, thank you for the donation. So, Kevs, the price of eggs is so ridiculous. You can get, if you go, like here in Virginia, our local store sells bacon, 2 packages for $8, and they sell eggs for a dozen for $8. So I'll buy 2 pounds of freaking bacon because there's no carbs and there's no in bacon, so it's just good protein and bad fats, but my cholesterol is fine. So I'll fry it up like 5 to 6 pieces and crispy. SFR doesn't know. SFR doesn't know. You don't know me, man. You take me hunting, we're eating crispy bacon, and I eat the gristle off my steak. What's the best pre-workout? No idea, man. I'm not a real workout kind of guy. I used to just do regular exercising, but yeah, not for nothing. But why is this turning into a dietary discussion? Oh, this goes wherever it goes, Kyle. If you want to just keep talking about guns, that's fine. I can bounce back and forth. But this chat is not just for guns. That's another thing that sets me apart from actual gun tubers and YouTubers. Yeah, I've got 2,000 videos. Yeah, I've got almost 200,000 subs. But I do what I want, man. That's why I posted a short about a computer last week. You know how many gun channels, like real hardcore making a living gun channels, put up content other than what they actually want on their gun channel? None. Those are the best part. Thank you. Dude, sorry, SFR, I know we're almost the same age, but when I took my parents out to eat at freaking Outback Steakhouse, number one, my dad is a friggin' monster, and I don't care if you're watching this, Rick. Well done steak. And then he cuts the gristle off, and he just leaves it. Soon as he cuts that gristle off, man, I take that shit and I eat it. I don't care. Top 5 video games. Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. I'm going from 5 up. Gran Turismo 4, Forza Horizon, the first one on 360, and Super Mario Brothers 3. 3/4 of our chat is not guns, warm mayonnaise for the win. Dude, that's a callback. I choose ribeyes with extra fat along with marbling. I can do ribeye. I like a really good New York strip or a porterhouse as well. I remember when you install Windows on a Mac. You mean this Mac? It's not a Mac anymore. You see that? Not a Mac. Not a Mac 2024. So yes, I take Mac products and I put Windows on it, just to say, screw you, Apple. Although this table is, I need to go to IKEA and buy another table because nothing is level. Then you're doing it wrong. The gristle is the worst part, dude. No, if you cook it right, I'm with you. Bacon, only good thing. Well, like I said, a honey baked ham. I can do honey baked ham. Chewing your daddy's gristle? Fuck yeah, I'll eat my daddy's gristle. Dude, I paid $175 for 3 people to eat at Outback Steakhouse. Nothing's going to waste. He did it to me when I was a kid. All you parents do it to your kids. You're not leaving this table till you eat everything on your goddamn plate. Gristle is good. My favorite sirloin is American Wagyu. Lol. I prefer porterhouse baked beans and a baked tater. Nice. Spam. I'm actually not a big fan of Spam, and I lived in Minnesota for 20 years, the original home of Spam. Did you know that in the entire world, no more than 5 seconds goes without somebody opening a can of Spam? I don't know if that's still true, but it was back in the early 2000s. Do you carry a sidearm? If so, do you open carry or concealed carry? What caliber? So yes, I do carry, depending on the situation I'm in. When I'm in my store, I open carry because I want people to know, yeah, you fuck with me, I'm armed. But when I'm out in public, and this is my personal belief, but I believe it's shared by more people than not, and it should be shared by more people that aren't trying to posture and pretend that they're badasses. If you have the ability or the legality to conceal carry and you don't conceal carry, stay away from me or stay in front of me because you get to be my human shield. There's no reason to open carry in 99% of situations outside of being on a farm, hunting, woods walking, things like that. If you're out and you're actually doing something where you might have a reason to, like snake shot because you got rats or rattlesnakes and shit, that's fine. But if you're at Walmart open carrying, some Walmarts don't allow that anymore. Virginia is one of those states where you can put up a sign saying no guns allowed and you can't do it. But yeah, if you're open carrying in public just because you want people to know you're armed, you're an idiot, and I don't want you anywhere near me. I will happily let you take the first bullet so I can find out where the actual shooter is. There's about 10,000 head of Wagyu up a mile up the creek. I don't like head. Well, I like head, but I don't like raw. I like raw head. I don't like cow head. Do you still have a can of fish in your fridge? Yes, I do. Things that grow from the ground are the food my food eats. So, beets, onions, and several other ground-based food items, God buried them for a reason. Would your neighbor mind if we went hunting? Lol. What you think about the Springfield Hellcat micro compact? I'm not a fan of micro compacts. The gun is fine. It's functional. It works. It'll work to save your life. It's too small for me. I'm 6'4". I mean, look, this is like a child smartwatch, and you can see I don't like them when they're too big because it can be a Power Rangers. I don't like them when they're that big. What caliber do you carry? I normally carry a 1911 and 45 ACP. I don't like head. Well, I like head. Dude. Quote, clip it. I don't care. 100% for that one. I'm with you. Open carry is too much of a risk, no surprise factor. It's not even the surprise factor. It actually creates an atmosphere of fear from the average citizen who doesn't understand guns. You'll see it in the chat if you hang out for a while. There'll be somebody comes in, oh my God, why do you have guns? Guns are so dangerous. Guns are bad. Gun kill people. They don't understand that it's the person holding the tool that does the work. So when somebody is open carrying, typically they're using a Blackhawk drop leg holster because they're stupid and they're $15. And they're usually carrying a .22 caliber something. I rarely, outside of somebody maybe with a chest rig under their jacket, if I see somebody open carrying, it's usually Serpa or Blackhawk drop leg holster, probably an airsoft one that they got from Evic, usually carrying like a Heritage Rough Rider or a Taurus, not even a new one. They bought one at a pawn shop, so like the old 627, but it's the rattly shitty one that might cycle the cylinder. And they're usually related by direct lineage to both their children, their uncles, their aunts, and their neighbor. And that's what I think about open carry. Also, I like head. S&W SD9. Yeah, SD9s are fine. He burned them for a reason. He buried them. He did, man. Open carrying is almost as crazy as eating a gristle. Shut up, Woody. You're a member now. You can't take that shit back. Is that a G3C? It's actually, there's two G3s behind me. One is the full-size G3, the slightly longer one. The slightly shorter one is the G3X. And yes, I need to make a video on why that gun even exists. That gun exists for appendix carry. The G3X is the short slide full frame. Works the same way as like a Glock 19 or several other guns, or like a SIG macro kind of a thing. Because if you're going to point a gun at your junk, you might as well have one that has a chance of not shooting you in the dick. Or if you have a hooded clitoris. We are non-judgmental here at the Jiminy Show. Air Max, we'll see you Wednesday, brother. No says yes. To me, guns are an art and a tool that protects me in the proper hands. Help good people. Love my 1911s. Thank you, Chew. And that's the way I look at it. Shooting is an Olympic sport. Stabbing your neighbor with a knife or beating them to death with a blunt object. Last time I checked, since just after the German Olympics, that hasn't been a thing. And they just got angry because they lost. When Hitler watched a black man destroy the Aryan race, he got a little itchy. Sig, Nightmare 1911. I had one. I don't like the 4.25 that I had. But overall, the gun is awesome. Dang, Stone, can't help but think he pointed that at you. Who did? Why did what? When you're pointing a gun at your dick? No, his holsters are really nice. We're at the barbecue place, so I'm on read only now. Eat the gristle! Eat the gristle! Eat the gristle! How do you make pasta? Boil water. Insert pasta. Wait 6 minutes. Drain pasta. Add topping. Congratulations, you made pasta. You skip salting the water, but maybe you're poor like me and you forgot to put in the salt. Double tap offers a trigger fires on pull and release, but it's only 2 positions. Well, yeah, that's called a binary. That's crazy that it's a binary with only 2 positions on the switch, though. What draws you to 45 versus 9mm for carry? Just overall, the 1911s that I like really gravitate towards have been 45s. So Gerson has sent me the Influencer X, which I carried for a while in 9, and they're sending me their new 2311 Match X in 9. I had them do that on purpose because I want to swap the slides and see how it works. I may carry that for a while because it's a staccato XC for $1,000 versus $4,000. So we'll see how that goes. Vic, what's up, son? Glad you came in, dude. That's awesome. Appreciate it. You're new. Melanie, well, hello, Melanie. Sorry. Hello, Melanie. Thanks for coming in. Best advice for me as an 18-year-old just purchased a firearm. Any tips? Practice, and practice safety. So you said you're 18. Is it a long gun or a handgun? If it's a long gun, practice carrying it correctly. Don't fricking just be carrying it by the grip with your finger in the trigger. Just learn to carry the gun appropriately. If it's a handgun, practice putting it in your holster, drawing it, make sure the damn thing's empty, but practice. What do I think of the 45 Super Round? It's kind of interesting. I haven't shot it yet, but I mean, it's basically a hyper 45. I mean, it's like a plus P plus for 45. It just happens to be a supersonic 45 cal round. I seen a guy open carry a Super Red Hawk at a gas station, Gunsmoke style, looked like a D-bag. Yeah, I just have problems with open carry. Worst gun you've ever had? Not even a question. The worst gun I've ever had was my Chiappa M922. It was the 3rd gun I'd ever bought. 8 rounds in, the trigger bar spring falls out of the gun. Never ran well again. I got like a total of 12 rounds through it. Chiappa's customer service, the lady on the phone was nice, but they charged me $11 to ship me the spring, which cost me $8 from Ohio, which is not that far from me, and they charged me $11 to stick it in a freaking envelope. And then, I don't trust Chiappa at all. Dry fire is a good way to get familiar and build safe habits. Absolutely, Austin. Scrolling through live streams, and I just watched a guy repeatedly punch himself in the balls before this one. Dude, the lives are crazy, man. And the problem is you can't just hit don't recommend channel on lives when you're on phones. So you literally have to click on their damn channel and then block them, which is an annoying extra step. I wish you could just don't recommend this guy, because there are some wackadoos. By the way, do you want to see me stick my finger somewhere dark? Anyway, what are the guns for? You'd get punched in your tit before drawing. If I'm in close to somebody enough that I'm not drawing a firearm and they're punching me, I'm not drawing my firearm anyways. So you have a lack of understanding about firearms. You have a lack of understanding about when it's appropriate to draw a firearm. And number two, guns are nothing but a tool, which you can relate to. They don't do anything unless somebody with intent does something with them. And if some motherfucker hits me in the tit, I'm punching him in the dick. What do you carry? Shoot for say 500 or less. Just carry. So like if I was going to do anything, I would do a CZP 10C, optics cut, and a Holosun, because you can get the Holosuns on sale usually for under $200, and if you look, you can find a P10C usually on sale for about $320-ish, like through PSA when they do their mega sales. If not, then I will do the P10C with a Swamp Fox Justice or Kingslayer. That will definitely get you under $500, and then you have a solid ass gun. Do I have any of the original guns I bought? No, honestly, I don't. When I started it, I was just trading guns to buy new guns. The oldest still have gun is actually my custom AR that my buddy built for me, and then the rifles from my grandfather. What's your thought on T-Sauce 1911 guns? I'm a Colt fan, but thinking of getting a T-Sauce. Look at the Rock Island stuff first. They're very close in price, probably better build quality. T-Sauce will be fine. I'm still waiting for contact back from T-Sauce before I will recommend their company. I bought into concealed carry. I've been playing with it. You bought it to conceal carry, yep, to get used to it and not be scared to hold and handle the firearm. Many people own guns and are scared to even hold them. Absolutely, Spencer. That's why I say practice, practice, practice. When you're at home, there's a light switch across your room. Practice holstering. Holstering is a big thing. People will ND and then claim the gun did it because they have their finger too close to the trigger guard when they're reholstering. But practice holstering, drawing, firing. You can practice reloading. You don't have to have a loaded mag. You can just do whatever. Get some snap caps. That way you can load and rack and then the slide will drop on it. But just practice, Spencer. You'll do good. Oldest gun you own was your dad's Savage 22 Hornet. Nice. That's got to be a hard one to get. Watch that link oil. I'm guessing you're talking about the swinging link in the T-Sauce stuff. Yep. Even the Rock Island has that problem. Gersons have that problem. In fact, Skip's Guns, if you search him on YouTube, he's just up in West Virginia. I don't know why I'm pointing up. That's heaven. No, it's not. It's meth. But Skip's Guns, he has the 2311 match, and he said he replaced the barrel link because the lockup wasn't quite tight enough. I may do the same thing. I might go with the Wilson Combat link. We'll see. Treat every gun like it has a live round in it. Absolutely. The 4 rules, Spencer, and I'm sure you know it, but just to cover it for everybody that's new here. If you're new to guns, these are the 4 basic rules for properly handling a gun. Number 1, treat all guns as if they were loaded. Whether or not the slide is open does not matter. If you're not the last person to touch that gun, even if you were the last person to touch that gun, when you check that gun, you check the chamber, you check and see if it's got a loaded mag in it. Number 2, never point a gun at something that you are not willing to destroy. And that comes back to the guy that's telling me I'd get punched in the tit before I drew. If I'm in a fist fight, I'm not drawing my goddamn gun. That is a multiplier of force using a gun. If somebody wants to kick my ass and I'm willing to fight that guy and he can kick my ass, he deserves to kick my ass. So do not draw your gun unless you are ready to destroy whatever you're pointing at. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to destroy said object. And number 4, know your target and what's beyond it. Those are the 4 major basic rules of gun ownership or gun safety. Practice that, Spencer. If you practice those rules, you will have a much better chance. Now, even though I practice all those rules, I've had an ND, so don't get discouraged if you do something or if you accidentally flag somebody when you're at the range. Shit happens, but learn from any mistakes you make, Spencer. Don't take them as defeats, take them as learning experiences. You weren't able to successfully rob that drugstore because you forgot to rack around in it. Well, you'll know next time you rob that drugstore, put a round in it. That's a joke. Don't rob people. What is the bolt action gun? That is a U.S. Springfield Armory model of 1898 3040 Krag. It's a weird ass gun. All the guns on the wall tonight are currently on my website, windcityarmory.com. Go check them out. What are the carry permits? So state to state, it varies, my guy. So if you have a valid concealed carry in your state, then feel free to carry your gun however you want. But when you travel through a state, and I know somebody's going to fucking argue with this, just shut up and listen. When you're traveling through a state, even though you are traveling through that state, you are required to adhere to the rules of the state in which you are traveling through. If you are at 30,000 feet above that state, then it does not apply. If you are out past the international line, it does not apply. But as you are traveling through any individual state in the contiguous United States, you are required to follow their laws regarding gun safety. So if I drive from Virginia into Pennsylvania, I cannot carry my firearm in the front part of the car concealed where I normally keep it because Pennsylvania does not recognize my concealed carry permit. Maryland would shit themselves as they shot me, and DC would probably sell me an ounce. Do you have to carry a permit to carry a shotgun in your truck like a baby Mossberg? It all depends. If you're talking about a 590, yeah. If you're talking about a full size, depends on the state you're in. Some states don't give a shit. It's technically open carry, but police officers may see it as a sign of aggression. I mean, when I was in high school, we had guns in the truck. I had classmates that would literally have a gun in the back window of their truck because they were going hunting that weekend. Favorite on the wall tonight? None of those. I hate them all. I want them gone. Somebody make me offers. That AR has to go. Send me an email, windcityarmory.com. Come on, motherfathers. What's up, James? Do I like AR-10s? I'm fine with AR-10s. I'm not a huge rifle guy, so I'm really not into like 308s and stuff like that. And I've had, 458 SOCOM AR-15, so it's like, if I was to do a 308 AR, I would probably go with the Ruger SFAR. You can get it in an 18-inch barrel. It weighs 7.5 pounds, and it's a 308. That's what I would go with personally. Otherwise, I'm going to go bolt action, like my Savage 110 Scout. 5.7 is better than nothing. I agree. What do I think about the DB9? The DB9R, the rifle, is fine. The DB9 pistol, I do not trust them. The DB9 pistol is very cheaply made, very cheaply designed. I've seen a number of them. So if you're familiar with the pistol, you have the barrel and then the recoil spring underneath. The whole front end of the slide holds the recoil spring in, and I've seen that crack in half multiple times on the DB9, even the Gen 3 and Gen 4s. Most stoner states honor other permits, but Alabama has no concealed carry laws. West Virginia is constitutional carry as well, but you have to be a citizen of that state for constitutional carry to apply. Although, no, you don't. Excuse me, I take that back. I have a resident license from New York that went and got my PA license. I get to CC when I drive to Florida 2 weeks ago for my cruise. Even got some things I won't mention because I live in New York. Yeah, sorry about that, Dreadmon. So I got a buddy that lives in New York, and he has an address in Pennsylvania because New York. So I got a 1911 question. I'm building my Colt Delta Elite with Wilson Combat parts. My question is, of the 9mm slide stop from Wilson Combat will work in my 10mm. So the slide stop slide lock is going to work as long as it's a standard single stack frame, and a Delta Elite is. You do have to make sure that it will work with that drop link or the swinging link and with the cuts in the frame of the gun. So when the gun cycles back on an empty mag, it pushes up the slide lock slide release and engages into the cutout on the side of the slide. So you need to make sure that is the right dimensions, but it should fit. Don, you have a great night. Let me know how your new gun shoots. What do you think about the 460? I've seen it. I've shot one once. I don't have any real experience with it. Not the pistol. Trying to find a pistol. What is a good pocket pistol? I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell everybody. Number one, I don't like giving I don't like giving like real suggestions. But what I would suggest to you is, go to a gun store and put a lot of shit in your hand. I don't recommend pocket pistols. Period. I think if you're going to conceal carry, you should carry the biggest possible gun you can while comfortably concealing it. So I can tell you what's reliable. Smith and Wesson, the new CSX has gotten really good reviews. An original P365, a Hellcat. Those are all decent choices for like a small concealed carry. Smith and Wesson's Bodyguard 2.0 and 380 is very small. Kel-Tec's P380 is another one that's pretty small yet can run if you use good ammo. But I don't like to give real suggestions. You try out the new Resident Evil games. No, I don't play Resident Evil games. Sorry. I don't play horror games. I don't play games that require quick movements. My hands are not, my reaction times suck. Try out new. I just got a Ruger SP 101 and 357. Nice. Let me know how you like it, Raymond, next time you're on. 5.7, 6mm ARC, and 338 Winchester are better than nothing. I agree. Did I see the stock markets today? Oh God, no, fish. I don't pay attention to stock markets anymore. Big Dick McDick is a good pocket pistol. I got the mag to work finally, the way it's supposed to. First live in months. Well, welcome back, Mr. Air. I will fight you on that one, Goo Pinder. I've been in jail. I know how to poop without peeing. Horror games, and they leave when they're done. Sorry, I have the hiccups now. You carry a Glock 19X, but you want a secondary conceal, like one for my pocket or boots. Yeah, then, one of those smaller ones. I'd say the Bodyguard 2.0 and 380. Have I ever shot a 3D printed gun? No, and I don't intend to. I've had people try to come into our store when I was still in Middletown and ask us to gunsmith on their printed guns. Fuck no. How's life? Life's fine, dude. And my problem with that Stromboni is because you are printing a lower using PLA or whatever whatever you're going to be using, BLA or whatever. It's not the same stuff that guns are made out of. So you're already compromising. Number two, you still need a trigger assembly, a barrel, a slide, all that stuff. So it's not worth it to me. Gun companies invest tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars into their guns every year. There's a reason they do that. And there's a reason why those are reliable and the dude that shot the United Healthcare president fucked up. Are you going to do a hot chip challenge again? Hell no. No. Maybe. Once we figure out my syncope. We have to wait and see. But if I do it, I am not going to be very stupid again. What's strabismus? Derringer's a good pocket pistol. Well, 3D printed guns are trash. The Palmer's different. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, spectator, this is a lazy eye. When I was 5, my sister threw a toy into my eye and screwed it up. That's when I started wearing glasses. And I have photophobia in my right eye, which causes me to actually keep that eye closed during most days. In terms of the eye drifting off and doing what it wants, that's when I'm tired. Also, because of my extended field of vision due to my wide eyes, my eyes are always looking at more than what I'm looking at, if that makes sense. Also, it's because of the way my brain works. Like, when I'm looking at things, I'm literally taking everything in my field of vision in, and it can cause my eyes to kind of go a little bit wonky. In terms of the squinty thing, I'm Korean. No problem, spectator. I didn't make fun. I wasn't being rude or anything. I was just explaining to you what my condition is. It's not, I looked it up real quick. It's not a genetic thing. I was, fine. Like all my kids' pictures, my eyes were fine until my sister fucked me up. I remember one time I went to a gun store looking for a 1911 and the guy who was selling trying to sell me a 50 cal rifle. Damn, did you come into our store? Can't you technically get a Glock with a switch? No, you can't. Switches are illegal in the United States, and the Glock 18, which was the factory Glock with a select fire, came out after 1986, so you cannot own one legally as a civilian. Print, shoot, repeat fan, I see. Ooh, Raymond? Maybe. I'm not. I mean, he's fine. So, you guys ready for a hot take? Oh, Jeff, you do? Okay, cool. Great. We're going to remove that comment because you just put that out on the internet, and people that might not understand how you're talking about it might come at you. So, don't type that shit again. Otherwise, you got to go away. So, I'm going to give you a hot take. And I'm sorry, especially if one of you guys are in here. If you're hiding your face when you're making videos, stop. Period. I'm an ugly ass motherfucker, and I've been putting my face on camera since the beginning. So saying that you're wearing a face covering when you're filming gun videos is to protect yourself and your friends. No. You're trying to have an internet persona. And yeah, you do have one. It's kind of a douche thing to do. Either just don't show your face by never putting yourself on camera, or show your face, be a fucking man. You're not fucking Spider-Man. You're not Superman. Knowing who you are is not going to make you in danger for your friends and family. You got guns. So, I'm sorry. And I know a couple of dudes, like there's a guy alive I follow, and he wears a fucking mask, and it doesn't make any sense. Does anyone make a 1911 slide with optics cut for a reasonable price? There are a few of them out there. Gerson and T-Sauce both sell 1911s with optic cut slides, but I don't know if they just sell the slides. What do I think about BCA Bravo Company? I like them. Boom, boom, boom. 1986 for machine gun. What's the difference between machine guns and full auto tax stamps? So, if you own a gun made before 1986, you would have to have a Class 3 tax stamp. I do believe that if you did it before the act happened, you didn't have to apply for the stupid tax stamps. But the only guns that civilians are allowed to own are what are called full transferable machine guns. So you have to find one that was produced before 1986 that was registered in the United States. That's another big thing. There are a lot of dudes that brought like M2s and shit home from like World War II, and then you got AKs and stuff from Vietnam and stuff. Those guns that are not registered cannot be transferred. They should not be spoken of. They should stay in the closet full of Cosmoline. But if you have a fully transferable firearm built before 1986, you can purchase a tax stamp for $200 that gives you the right to own that one individual firearm. However, if you're trying to buy something popular, an M4, M16, a Uzi, well, even Uzis are expensive, but they're not super expensive, or a MP5, for example, a actual full auto M16 or M4 is going to run between $40,000 and $70,000. An MP5 or an MP5 will run between $40,000 and $70,000. There are some that run upwards of $100,000 to $120,000 because they're fully transferable. Is this the same guy who's always showing his muscles? Dude thinks he's Patrick Bateman or something. Yeah. So, and that's the worst part, because PSR, number one, he changed his name because YouTube was trying to crack down on him. He had to change a lot of his content because YouTube was cracking down on him. Now, to be clear, it's bullcrap what YouTube is doing, because he's not doing anything that is, in my opinion, dangerous, because he seems to know what he's doing. But, like I said, it doesn't make sense to hide your identity and try to get YouTube famous. All right, Joe, about to go to bed. Yeah, I'm getting off here in a minute too, Stone. You have a good one. You personally own any muzzle loaders or flintlocks? Not personally. Spectre likes to throw out some fun stuff, so I don't think he's being offensive, Zaxxon. He's just trying to be edgelord. So, anyways, guys, I need to get done tonight. I am very tired. I had doctor's appointments all day, so. So, in Georgia, it's a little different. No. Full autos are federally controlled, not state controlled. So, if they're selling an Uzi for $3,000, I'd be very wary about it. And when you go back, ask them if it's a post dealer sample. Also, maybe that store is doing something fucky. It is in Georgia. Everybody have a good night. I'm going to pick this up. Tommy, thanks, man. Come back on Wednesday. I should be able to do a full 3 hours then. So I got you. No worries, Cameron. So yeah, just be careful. If a gun store is selling, because a real full auto transferable Uzi should be about $17,000 to $20,000. So if they're offering it to you for $3,000, they're doing something fucky. Yay. So, anyways, image is reversed. Yeah, you can. The water weight's dropped off a bit. But yeah, so come back on Wednesday. We'll do more stuff on Wednesday. Just have a great one. Hit the like button if you haven't. All you guys that donated, you guys are kings and queens and trans and she-males and chicks with dicks, dudes with boobs, whatever you want to be. Come back for the next one. I'm going to hit this little X button and go away. Bye. Oh, wait, I got to hit this one too. And this one.